time. There's Sam Stoll, freshman out of Kaysen, Minnesota. He's a redshirt freshman, getting his opportunity after Bobby Telford held down that top spot for 4 years. And now Sam Stoll been getting better just since the start of the season.
Oh, no, there's no question about it. He's a different wrestler than we saw in November at the grapple and the gridiron. This guy's, picking up his pace. What I see about Stoll is that he's got some attacks. He can attack above the knee, works the head pretty hard. He's going to have to improve in the down position, most definitely. But he's got guys like Ben Burhow and Bobby Telford who do a nice job with the 2-on-1. Gets the
nice
takedown. He'll slide by there off the 2-on-1.
2 points for the redshirt freshman. His only losses this year against All-American. Starts out with Marsden, who a couple of years ago for Oklahoma State, and his only other loss is Gwizdowski, the 2-time NCAA champion.
Yeah, and I think he's kind of like what we saw with Burek. Not quite at the level of the top level guys, but by working and keeping pressure on himself, trying to compete in these matches, he's going to be there someday, it looks like.
Well, and some signature wins already. He's beaten Billy Smith from Rutgers a couple of times.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, and Billy Smith's one of the best heavyweights around. And so it's a good win for Sam Stoll. And it's not just that he's losing to a couple of All-Americans, but he's getting some wins that are going to make him think that he can get the job done as an All-American. He'll be right in there, and there's going to be quite a logjam there when that 6-12 they're fighting it out on that last day.
You talk about here's a guy that might be able to go deep and score some team points if for the Hawks at the NCAA tournament if he can go ahead and get that. Again, first year in competition, that last 5 to 6 weeks can be a little bit long, but he looks fresh at this stage here, halfway through the month of January. But you mentioned those wins against Billy Smith from Rutgers. I mean, saw both of them, and I wouldn't have guessed either one of them was going to occur.
And he can ride him. Yeah, that's what he did. Yeah. He's a great rider. And we're talking about Sam Stoll, redshirt freshman for the Hawkeyes, making himself heavy on Horwath here. Horwath, big guy, 6'5", 285.
Yeah, he's working that spiral ride the way you like to see it. Getting that shoulder back in. He's making his Horwath carry the weight on his left arm there. Now he's going to kind of settle back a little bit. Of
course, Horwath stepping in for Connor Medberry, the All-American heavyweight, who's taking a Olympic redshirt year and working on his med cats. He's in med school, and Barry Davis says, I mean, it would certainly help the team if Medberry was wrestling for us, but what's most important is what's best for him, and he'll be back next year.
Well, there's a specific criteria to becoming an Olympic redshirt. You see where Stoll has a wrist and trying to run that around a little bit. But there's a specific criteria. Medberry, qualified for it to get that Olympic red shirt. And given all the things that he's got going on in his life at this point, it looked like a good decision.
Last time these two met was at the Midlands Championship. Sam Stoll winning 6-3 the last time these two met.
Now, there's not much action here from Horwath in the bottom position. He's basically held his base.
The end of the first period. Sam Stoll with the takedown and the ride, 2:43 in riding time, and Stoll comes into this week's action tied for the team lead with 6 pins on the season. So he looks for that fall. 4 of his first 5 wins this season came via the fall. 3 in the first period. So Horwath gets through the first period.
Yeah, and again, Tim, I think the thing that I'm most impressed with Stoll so far is consistency. He's been the same wrestler that kind of saw at the beginning of the year. And this is where he has to battle. And you see where he's peeling the hands, covering the fingers, got up to his feet already. A little bit better getting out. He had an opportunity that maybe a couple months ago that may not have occurred, may have kind of collapsed there a little bit. But, part of improving is certainly beating the guys you're supposed to beat. And being consistent out there, not giving up any ground, and it doesn't look like Stoll's in the process of doing that. He can work up here. He's got a nice foot sweep.
Well, he knows how to pin because in high school he set a national record with 63 consecutive pins. He pinned everybody his senior year.
That's hard to do. Sometimes the referees won't give it to you. They'll give them the benefit of the doubt to the guy that's in his back. But after a while, some of that momentum kind of works for you, and you just intimidate people.
And you start smelling it, and you feel it, and so
if you pin your way through your senior year of high school, you can probably smell a little fear. You know what that smells like, and it doesn't change at the next level. It's just not as strong.
Not your freshman year, maybe. But you can tell what Stoll goes out of bounds there. It's 3-0. The escape in the second period. And that takedown and ride in the first period.
He's able to get out quickly. Makes such a big difference. Look for him to continue to march. Now he's given up a 2-on-1, but he's got out of that pretty well.
2 Minnesotans here. Brock Horwath from Stillwater, Minnesota, and Stoll from Quezon, Minnesota.
That time, Stoll was able to stuff the head, get a little quick angle. Not really follow up with it. Had an opportunity to post with the left arm, but ran out of time.
Talked about Burak's family in wrestling. Horwath has a sister who's a D1 athlete. Brianna plays volleyball at Northern Illinois. Horwath's sister Stoll comes on top, protecting a 3-0 lead. Had his way in the first period after the takedown, riding the entire first period. Trying to wear Horwath down. Horwath keeping his base pretty well.
Yeah, Horwath, what he's doing a pretty good job of is keeping his knees up close to his hands, right? And then he's going to try to come up, but he doesn't have any rotation. Right now is the time you want to bring that left knee up and rotate back up. He's rotating kind of into the guy. Now he's come up. I think that was kind of a, well, if you want to get out, I'm going to let you try to go ahead and take him down.
Horwath closes the gap. It's 3-1 now. Iowa leads 4-0. The team score after the major decision by Nathan Burak, 197. That's where we started. This is the second match of the Iowa-Wisconsin dual meet here at the Kohl Center. Tim Johnson, Jim Gibbons bringing you BTN Wrestling, presented by Cliff Keen Athletic.
And Horwath has done a better job of competing here on the feet. You know, he's kind of driving that underhook. He's not giving any angle for Stoll to work with. Everything's pretty much straight on. Now the referee's going to go ahead and warn on the collapsed hands. Warn both wrestlers. I really like that rule this year, that's a point of emphasis, that guys get slowed down because their fingers are interlocked. So, again, Stoll having a difficult time getting to the corner and trying to go ahead and lower his level and maybe get to that back leg of Horwath. And Horwath, you know, is presenting himself. He's not backing away, not backing out of the circle by any means. He's digging an underhook, but clearly overmatched. But this is kind of the point in the match where you kind of ask your guy, hey, you know what? Let's try something here.
And okay, warning on Iowa
for the clasped hands.
And so it's 1 point.
There's a shot there by Horwath.
No, it's not. No, it's just a warning. You're right.
Yeah, riding time. And again, these are scoring opportunities kind of being handed to Stoll.
That's time. Stoll gets a 4-1 lead with riding time. Stoll wins 4-1. Sam Stoll, the redshirt freshman. A victory for the Hawkeyes.
Well, I like what I saw from Horwath there, Tim. You know, he kind of went after it here. Take us to break.
Well, Iowa has had their way at 197 in heavyweight. We'll be back for Thomas Gilman at 125. You're watching wrestling on BTN, presented by Cliff Keen Athletic.
All right, Sam, heading into the season, heavyweight was actually a question mark for the Hawkeyes. They're in the top 10 in the rankings. Really good consistency. What have been the keys?
Just pushing the pace out there on the mat. You know, I got the training partners in the room to, you know, where I know I could go out and push people. So, I mean, that's worked out real well for me.
What's the transition been like from that redshirt freshman season to now being the guy at heavyweight for the Hawks?
You compete every week, twice a week. You know, last year it was just training. Now we're ready to compete, you know.
Thanks a lot, Sam. Enjoy the win.
Thanks.